Well, it was a loss.
I take that back. You guys had some chances there at the free throw line. So talk about the loss here at the end.
Yeah, we had a chance to come back there at the end. I think for us this season, that was probably our biggest comeback that we've had. I think we were down maybe 16 points at halftime, something along those lines, and we're able to reshuffle some things and get a couple of things moving. The ball started going our way, and got back to where we were in striking distance. Putting the full court press there at the end of the game, which we haven't really done all year long, but the kids listened very well, and got done what we needed to get done, and we had a shot opportunity there at the end to maybe win the game. So it was a great comeback.
Yeah, so my question's for number 3, I believe. Number 3, you had some great dribbling skills out there. Did you work on that all season?
Yeah, I've been working at it at home, just ready for the game.
Nice. Did you, so you got some crossovers. What else you got in your bag?
Just between the legs, stuff like that.
Gotcha. Awesome. All right, my question now is for number 2. Number 2, you had a critical moment during the game. You were on the line there. Were you nervous at all on that last couple seconds
Yeah, I was
there?
really nervous. I thought I was like praying to God so I could like make this shot, and
Gotcha.
it just didn't go right.
Let me ask you. So tell us what the coach is telling you guys that last time out. Can you run through what you heard when you guys are down by 3 and you got the ball out of bounds? Can you tell me what the play was and what your role was and how you guys got?
He was telling us for Walker and Owen to go to the 3-point line, and then me and Leisure, we do a screen to the other people, and then we pass it to Owen or Walker and shoot.
Good job. Let's have this gentleman on the end. So as the seasons went on, tell me about this team. What kind of team we have here? What made you guys special this year?
Just like practice, and we just kept getting better and better by the games went on.
I like it. Right here, Jake.
All right, and right here, great. So did you have fun at least today? Did you have a fun game today? Did you have a fun season this year?
I would say like some of it was like there was some like down parts, but it was mostly like fun, like practicing, and then seeing like all the shots, and then being down but then going up. It was just a really fun season.
Absolutely. And just to follow up with you, do you have any goals for next year?
I can't really think of any right now, but like over the summer or like school year, I'm sure I'll think of some.
Gotcha. Well, thank you.
I mean, right here, to your team right there. So tell me about what talent are you bringing to this team? What was your role with this team as the season went on?
I think mostly defense, I would say, and definitely down on the block. I got passed to at the end of the season and got some points, but besides that, I was running mostly defensive plays, and I was a defense man.
All right, Coach. You want to ask the coach something as well?
Yeah.
You got one more? You got one more? Go ahead, guys. Coach.
Coach, I got one more question for you. What did you enjoy most about coaching this specific group of boys?
Just that they listened, they got better. We had some games where we needed to wake up a little bit, and they did, and won a lot of games that way. It's tough. It's tough when you lose games, and we had to talk about that at the end of this game here, but it's a part of it, and I think that they're all going to come into next year, ready to play.
Well, let's talk about next year. When you get your team ready for next year, when you hit that first practice, just tell me where are you excited about bringing this team back together and start fresh again for next year?
Well, they want it. I could see that as we came off the court, into the game, and they were still, arguing with the last call because they wanted to win, So having winners on your team and people that want to win makes it really fun.
Thank you guys.
Thank
so
you
much
all
for
very
stopping
much.
by, and have a great offseason, guys.
Appreciate you guys. All right, Coach.
Well, first of all, I just want to thank the Lord, Jesus, for the ability to be able to do this. I know this is still 4th and 5th grade, but to get to do it and to anything to teach some kids something, it's an honor. I saw tons of growth this year, tons of growth. When we first started the season, we might have had 2 guys that could score for us, and we developed. And by the end of the season, Titus is scoring for us. Medias is scoring for Mason. He had a game a couple games ago. He had 14 points. Benjamin, this was our other scorer. And the first 3 games, he was out sick with pneumonia, and we had to lean on other ball players. David, he ended up scoring a couple threes for us late in the game. Maddox down at the end. He was my stubborn one, but he got it going because he got rebounds and put them back up. I love it. I love it. Love it. We had a blast.
Coach, let's talk about tonight's game in particular. You pulled out a close victory, right? You held on at the end, so let's recap real quick this big win.
Well, the way in this league, I just play 2-3. I try to play a 2-3 trap. Always trap the basketball. They're I think number 3, their little blonde-haired kid, was just bobbing and weaving and getting in the paint, and so I backed the trap in. I said we're going to keep him out of the paint. I called a timeout. I told these guys, this is usually my trap guy. Josiah sometimes is. Paxton's not in here. Medias is my trap guy up front too as well. And I said, we're going to bring everything in. If they want to dribble for 5 minutes out there, let them. But we're not going to give any more to the paint. And we brought it in, and that's one of the ways we was able to hold on towards the end.
Yeah, my question is for number 17.
Josiah.
So you show a lot of tenacity out on the court. Are you playing that hard in practice? Are you that powerful during practice as well?
Yes, sir.
Can you elaborate on that? Do you make your team? Are you making your team? Are you leading your team in that tenacity?
I just give everything I got.
Let me ask this gentleman right here, right in front. Yeah, pick it up. Grab the mic. So what's your role with the team? What do you do best for this team?
Play defense.
When it comes to defense, what do you do? What's
stood
that
up.
mean? You have to move your feet. What do you got to do to play good defense? When coach says, "Hey, I want you to play defense," what do you know that means for you?
You have to put your hands up.
Okay. All right. Did you when you started the season till now, you think you improved on defense?
Yes.
How? What made
By
you improve?
practicing.
Good. All right. Thank you. Go down here, Matt.
I got a question for.
He's got some stats.
I got a question for Benjamin Johnson, number 18. Benjamin, we've been practicing since November. Is there a skill that you feel most confident about going into this game?
I think driving, I feel really confident in doing that. In basically any game, but especially this game, I had a lot of opportunities, and this is my highest scoring just because of that.
Thanks so much. Pass it. Mic all the way down. All the way to the end. We got a room full of parents here, right? And a coach. What's that top sport mean for you?
Wait, what?
What's that kind of support mean for you? How does that help you play? Does having this type of support does that help you play?
Yes, it really does. It helps me be ready for the pass and be ready to block the person whenever they come into the paint.
All right, questions for next to the side.
David.
David, this was a close match today. A crazy close game. What's a couple of things that your coach said during the timeout huddles that really got you guys going?
Get in the paint. Don't guard the people that are don't let him get to the paint. Don't let him get to the free throws. To put good defense and block the heat up.
Thank you so much.
12. All right, my question is, this is our last game this season. All right, so now what are you going to work on to get ready for next season? By next season, what are you going to work on to be ready for next season?
Like defense.
Defense? You want to work on defense? What's your favorite shot? When it comes on the offensive end, what do you feel like you can add on the offensive end?
Like if you want people not make it, we can get the rebound.
Okay. Good job.
All right, I got one last question here.
You got one for the coach?
Right here with you. Really just want to know, like, did you have fun this year? And what made it so much fun? Did you make new friends on this team, or?
The real reason how I had fun is like our coach, my brother, and my team. They really did help.
Thanks so much.
All right, Coach, so let's wrap this up, right? How did this team improve throughout the season to get to this point and win this game? So you started off and you got to this point, so kind of just talk us through the improvement this team. What made this team special?
They were resilient. They didn't give up. We've had quite a few games. I mean, we just played this past Monday and lost by just a couple points, and we had the lead the whole game. And honestly, I was kind of nervous about tonight because they took it hard. We all did. It stung, losing that game on Monday night. And I was kind of nervous for the fact that, hey, they could bury them. But they were resilient. I told them and their parents after the game, I'm proud of their character. Their resilience is a reflection of the way they were raised. They didn't give up, and they fought, and because of that, we was able to pull it off tonight. It was awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, y'all. Appreciate it. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
All right, first question is to the coach. Close game out here today. What was the initial game plan, Coach, tonight's game?
I don't know if there was a game plan, really. I mean, we had 2 kids out sick with the flu, so that kind of changed things up. Eli Chardon and Waylon Scott. Waylon was a big man down low, so we were kind of missing an important piece all season, defensively, offensive rebounds. So we kind of changed the game plan at 5 p.m. tonight when Waylon's dad confirmed he wasn't going to make it. So we knew they had some big boys, and we kind of preached before the game the tic-tac fouls to kind of limit best as possible. But then again, they're 10 years old, and they foul on every possession almost.
Well, I have a follow-up question. Who stepped up in Waylon's missing spot? Who filled the shoes tonight?
Carver stepped in. Carver Perry, he stepped in. He played the block with Max Goff. Did well. St. Joe team has some big boys, so we were kind of mismatched with, 2 or 3 of their bigs?
Yeah, they had 3. Yeah, there was at least 3 much bigger than we were, which whether we were fully staffed or not, that was going to be the case, and that's just the makeup of our team. So it was a mixture of what we call our bigs, which Carver would be one of those stepping up. Joe Canarney stepped up. Basically anybody that we asked to go down to the block and try to get a board did it. I mean, these guys, that's what we live and die with, is our tenacity and how hard they go. So what may look like out of control to most is pretty par for the course for us. So it's bode well for us all year, and these guys made a heck of a comeback.
My next question is for the player right here. You've been practicing since November. What do you think has most improved in your game since November?
Probably my mental skills. Yeah, probably.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, so since I don't know, when I actually started playing ball, I get angry easy from messing up or something. And during basketball, my dad, here has taught me like a lot of things to work on that, and I've gotten better over the season.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks so much.
Oh.
You guys have a question?
Yeah, so how did you feel in the last couple minutes of the game with it being such a close game? Yeah.
I felt pretty nervous because we were down by
16 in the first half.
16 in the first half, but then we got to 25, and then Ollie Donley hit a three-pointer to tie it up, and that got a little bit nervous. And then he had another three to make us be in the lead. So it's pretty nerve-wracking.
It was good. We went down early quick. We were down 16 in the first half, and then just kept chipping away every possession. Played some good D, had some foul trouble that we had to keep an eye on, but the kids just pushed, and super proud. Win or lose, that was one heck of a game. I don't know how many people watched it or if y'all were there, but it was fun. You know, that's what basketball's about. It's just competing and, you know, good sportsmanship. Everybody had good sportsmanship after the game. So overall, I think everything went really well. We just took an L.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have a question.
Questions, though.
Yes, I have a question. What is one goal that you want to improve on for next season? Like, what's one thing you want to improve on for next season?
As I said, I want to keep skills, but I also want to work on my shooting.
What about you? Anything you want to improve on next season?
Pretty much the same thing as him, shooting and dribbling, not getting out of control with it.
Good deal. Well, Coach, I got one last question for you. Like I said, you've been with these boys since November. What was one of the best parts about coaching this specific group of kids?
I've actually had these boys since 7 years. Yeah, I mean, I've coached these same group of kids, and we both have baseball and basketball since what, 5?
They were eligible.
So for the past 5 years, he's my son. He's my blood son. Obviously, he's my adopted son, and most of the kids on the team are. So I love them. I love every one of them. I want what's best for them. They push my buttons, but I'm not going to treat him any differently than him, and so we're all try to hold each other accountable. So I love it. I know he loves it too.
Yeah. So you said the best. I would say tonight. I mean, even though they were our 2 losses, both regular season and tonight. So can't remember what they beat us by in the first game, but regardless, we told them, at halftime, look, y'all are making the right plays, y'all are doing the right things. The lid's on the basket. It's going to come off. You're going to make shots. They're going to get cold. And fortunately for us, it played out like that. But, I mean, just at this age, man, it's so pivotal for them to just see how a couple little things that they can't control goes their way and how much that can flip the momentum. And they took that and ran with it and put on the most electrifying show for us this season for sure. So it was well worth it coming down to the wire. Proud of them.
All right. First question I have for the coaches here. Close game tonight. What was the initial game plan going into the game, and did anything guys get anything tweaked during halftime? Go ahead.
The initial game plan was not to give up those inbound threes, and it didn't work out too well.
So when you look at your full season, what do you think your whole team has improved on the most?
I think our whole team has improved the most on ball handling and shot making.
Is that something you work on during practice a lot? Like every single practice, you're working on dribbling and playmaking and stuff like that?
Sadly, yeah.
First 30 minutes of every practice is ball handling.
Winning.
Anything else?
Making shots.
And also,
What was that?
getting teammates to get to score.
So you like helping out your teammates and stuff? Great. That's awesome. Is there anything for the players? Is there anything during timeouts that your coach may have said to you that got you going for tonight? Any rally speeches or motivational speeches during the timeout? During the game? It was a close game out there.
Oh yeah, keep your head up and don't let the fouls get into your head.
Yeah. Good advice. Good advice. What did the maybe for the coaches? What was one thing that the other team did well against you guys tonight?
I think the other team did a great job at putting pressure on us and forcing us to make quick decisions and turned us over a lot.
For the players, after tonight's game, it was a close game, high-seeded game. What do you feel like you've most improved on, or what do you feel most confident in your game after today?
I feel most confident about being under pressure because I know we can get back even after they just made a really good play.
That's what I was gonna say.
Okay, for the players, who is your current favorite NBA player?
SGA.
MJ.
Why?
Because he went to Kentucky.
Anthony Davis.
Why?
Because he went to the Kentucky too and he got us a national championship.
All right, I have one last question here for the coaches. You've been with this group since November. What's the one thing you most enjoyed of coaching this group, and will we be able to see you guys next year?
I was gonna say I've had most of these kids since they were kindergarten, first grade, or a lot of these kids, and they'll probably play for us at St. Joe next year, and they may play at Park and Rec too. But a lot of players have gotten a lot better, and they're fun. Watching a couple of them get excited over some small things, it's funny.
I've enjoyed coaching them now for a few years too, and probably my favorite thing that I've seen happen this year is they've learned to trust each other, and they've learned how to pass to each other, get rebounds, run plays together, and they've become a more cohesive team.
Alrighty, first question I have is for Chaz. Man, you led your team with 14 points today. Kind of walk me through, preparing for tonight's game.
Like we played these guys twice already, and we knew everybody going out, and we ended up our first game we won. I had a lot, and then they realized they had to guard me. So in the second game, we did his part. The ball was around us. Everybody just did their part tonight.
Now, a lot of what I saw tonight was a lot of driving the lane. Was that something that you guys learned a little bit about this team, that they're not, they don't guard much in the paint, or what's that game plan?
Basically, we just try to let everybody create space and just take their defending weak, so we just attack the driving lanes and we're open.
One of the things I want to talk to you guys about is leading your teammates. So during the season, it's a long season. We started in November. Is there ways that you guys have learned to encourage your teammates out on the court?
I mean, yeah, we just all had to keep our composure, and then, sometimes we get into each other's heads, it's just babbling back and forth, but at the end of the day, we're all family, and we have one purpose in mind, and we just want to win.
Great answer. What was one thing that the other team did well tonight against you guys?
They definitely shot the ball really well today, and that was the only problem, I think. If they weren't shooting as well, and if we were actually guarding on the outside of the three-point line, it would have been a blowout for sure. But yeah.
Now Some of you guys might be seniors. Any seniors in the room?
I'm the senior.
Any seniors? You think, any juniors, any goals for next season?
Definitely just rebuild off this, and we got a bunch of young guys, and then we just got to add 2 more to the roster.
Gotcha. And as a senior, after last year playing in the BGPR youth program, how many years did you play in our youth program?
Honestly, I started whenever I was like in pre-K, and then I didn't play because I actually played for the high school my freshman year. Then I quit. So I mean, I've been in here for a little bit.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you were able to finish out your career with us. Guys, great game today. Really appreciate the sportsmanship all throughout the season. But thank you guys for attending the press conference.
Thank you.
Guys. All right, my first question is for Coach. Coach Rowan, close game tonight. Could you do a quick recap of what happened out there tonight?
Yeah, I want to say, we started the game pretty slow. They got out to a nice lead, but then we made some defensive adjustments because usually we're a zone team. We go 2-3, like the 2-3 trap the post. But, that just really wasn't working, so we had to adjust and went to a man press, and that got us back into the game. And for a minute there, I thought we had what it took to get over the hump, but a few key mistakes, and just it wasn't our night tonight. It is what it is.
Thank you. With this game being so close, how do you guys take a loss, the day after, or how do you guys cope with a loss like tonight? Is it just back to the grind the next day, or are you guys a little saddened by that loss a little bit?
I mean, it's frustrating for sure. Like, nobody wants to lose in this profession. Like, we give it our all when we're on the court. So, I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day.
This is for one of the players. Tonight, you guys have been playing with each other for since November. What's a way that you guys encourage your teammates out on the court during a game?
I tell them keep their heads up, even if they do a bad play or something. Don't feel down. Keep your head up and keep playing.
So this question is for everybody. So what was one thing the other team did really well against your team?
When they was throwing the ball in, they just kept getting points. We weren't getting in front of them enough.
I feel like they was getting rebounds, and they were good at focusing where the ball was gonna go and stuff, and we wasn't really locked in.
I feel like they had a lot of good passing and passing the ball in. They had a lot of good shots.
Just kind of feeding off that. So tonight, it was a close game. A lot of you guys are juniors, sophomores,
Freshmen.
Freshmen. So a lot of you guys might be back next year. Is there any goals that you guys have for next season? And that's for anybody who would like to answer that. Any goals for next season?
Handle the ball better.
I'd say just better passing on my end.
Anybody else? Any goals for next year?
Better defense and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, Coach, I do have another question here for you. Like I said, you guys started in November. What's one thing that you've noticed has just improved since November? We've practiced every week since the first week of November. What's one thing that you can pinpoint? Wow, my team has really improved on that part of basketball.
I say team chemistry and camaraderie. I think we just started to play together as a team more towards the stretch of the end of the season and stuff like that. So besides that, team defense, we got a lot better playing defense. We was giving up about 40 45 points a game. And down the stretch, we're in the 20s besides tonight, but that was just a barn burner. So, yeah.
Cool. Hey, guys, great game tonight, great season. Really appreciate you guys coming up here for the press interview. I hope to see all of you guys next year. So thank you guys so much for coming up here.
Thanks, guys.